He was the first person to buy me a bicycle since my parents bought me a bicycle.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most endearing, heartfelt, and/or amusing stories about the late actor and comedian Robin Williams.
The more I didn't laugh, the more insane he got. And would make fun of me. Oh, this one doesn't want to laugh.
Number 10, A Funny Trip to Canada. Who wouldn't have wanted Robin Williams to come and stay with them? Martin Short remembers the story of his friend visiting him in Toronto. This included a wild show at Second City, with a stage fall that left Williams' linen pants dirty.
And then he fell off the stage at one point. And not because he was inebriated or anything, he didn't know the stage, and he was lights, and he fell on a table, and it turned into a joke.
Short's wife Nancy then put the pants through the wash and made things more interesting. This shrank the clothes and prompted a funny line from the American comedian.
And he said, "Oh, I know what's going to happen. I'll go home and I'll say to my wife, I swear I didn't have sex with anybody. I don't know why my pants is a 4-inch shoulder."
Short tells the entire story in a beautiful way, with a loving and tender tone throughout. The tale highlights the icon's timing, joie de vivre, and his one-of-a-kind spirit.
And then one night, he just flew to Toronto with no luggage and no money. He just had a credit card of about $40.
Number 9, Remembering Old Times. Like many other comedians, David Letterman was impressed by Robin Williams. The host remembered his early years in comedy when he first saw the soon-to-be Mork and Mindy star.
You know, we were all out there at the Comedy Store, and we wanted to, make people laugh. We wanted to get on the Tonight Show. We wanted something because we all felt that we were funny.
With his own signature wit, Letterman talked about seeing the comic on stage. It was clear to him that Williams was special, talented, and near impossible to describe.
And all of a sudden, he comes up on stage, and you know what it is. It's like nothing we had ever seen before.
The presenter brought a natural delivery to the clip, giving audiences a front row seat to an amazing moment in comedy history. It's hard to imagine a time before anybody knew the man in question. With some further insight, the late-night personality revealed the origins and evolution of an icon.
And then he finishes, and I thought, oh, that's it. They're going to have to put an end to show business, because what can happen after this?
Number 8, Shouting Out Mork. For this segment, interviewer Jake Hamilton talks Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon. This inspired some awesome tales about filming with the one and only Robin Williams. Flooded with memories, Damon recalled the Boston public's reaction to the Dead Poets Society star.
Yeah, I remember shooting in the park with Robin, though, and it was, at the time, it was so funny because he was like the most famous guy in the world, but what people would shout was, "Mork! Mork!"
He stated that people would shout out the comedian's early TV roles. It's an endearing story, showcasing the varied reactions that the legend inspired.
You're not a priest. Who are you?
I am Mork from Mork. Nanu.
Even with all of his success, the performer still got love for being Mork. The born star doesn't miss a beat reminiscing or finding a moment to salute his former movie therapist.
Your move, Chief.
Number 7, Bus Trip. On an episode of The Tonight Show, Jimmy Fallon shared stories about Robin Williams with guest Billy Crystal. This included a notable bus trip full of several high-profile stars. Fallon also remembered when Williams riffed about his own film career.
Robin goes, with a bomb-sniffing dog, he goes, "Oh, I hope there's no copies of my movies on this bus."
When a bomb-sniffing dog came aboard, the Good Will Hunting star started making fun of his less beloved movies. The subject came off as self-effacing, willing to critique himself in order to entertain others.
You know, it's the greatest mind I've ever been around, because it was so terrifyingly fast.
Yeah.
It was both a funny story and one that highlighted the performer's quick-witted nature. With Crystal and the host laughing, this memory felt like a perfect tribute to a brilliant comic.
It's a feeling you get,
Like when you go bowling and you know you're in somebody else's shoes?
That's the one.
Number 6, Jeff Bridges eulogizes Robin.
I like New York in June. How about you?
During a press conference for The Giver, Jeff Bridges took a moment to reflect on the recently departed Robin Williams. While working through his state of mind, he shared his memories of filming The Fisher King together. A certain scene in particular stood out in his recollection, one shot at 4 a.m. in Central Park with just the two of them. It finds Robin Williams' character advocating an unusual method of mental exercise.
I'm cloud busting, Jack. You ever done it?
You lie on your back and you concentrate on the clouds and you break them apart with your mind. It's wild. No, but you have to be nude, though, Jack, because you can't diffuse the psychic energy.
As Bridges describes it, Williams' naked frolic was mostly improvised, making it a classic and endearing representation of the unrestrained joy he so often brought to his work. The fact that it was at the front of Bridges' mind so many years later speaks to Robin's indelible presence on and off the screen.
It's very beautiful, isn't it?
Number 5. Pice Broen recalls Robin's improv. For any fans of the movie Mrs. Doubtfire, this story makes it sound even better. Pice Broen talks to Conan O'Brien about his work alongside Robin Williams.
You worked with him in Mrs. Doubtfire, which was a massive hit. What was it like? What was your experience working with Robin?
Oh, it was mighty. I mean, I was such a fan of this man's work, and Sally Fields, who's in the movie.
Needless to say, the collaboration seems both extraordinary and super funny. The former James Bond describes shooting the dinner scene and listening to his co-star improv.
And we did a sequence where it was my close-up. They sent the kids away, and he just let it rip. I mean, he was just so foul-mouthed and funny.
Not holding anything back, Williams apparently said some truly dirty ad-libs. Brosnan even provides an impression of the character, while fondly remembering the experience.
And, oh, she likes a lot of rubber, and, oh, she likes a good spanking, and, oh, really, you know, woof, woof, and, oh, dear, oh, dear.
And you're just trying to get the take.
The comedian seemed eager to get his fellow actors going. He could have just phoned it in, but he clearly wanted other performers to have fun. Number 4. Conan's bike. After Conan O'Brien's troubled stint on The Tonight Show, he received an unlikely gift from Robin Williams. The older comedian set O'Brien up with a unique biking experience.
A bunch of years ago, 5 years ago, I went through publicly kind of a bump in the road, and I was feeling a little low. Out of the blue, Robin Williams buys me a bicycle.
Eventually, the host came to find that he'd been given a ridiculous and noticeable rig. It was decorated in an absurd way that celebrated the recipient's Irish roots.
It looked like a Mardi Gras parade.
It did.
It was beautiful and it really top-notch.
Yeah, but it was bright orange and bright green and had shamrocks on it.
The host goes on about the funny joke, but also mentions the generosity of it all. It goes to show that Williams could be such a versatile guy. While he loved to make people smile, he also wanted to be supportive.
He had just that amazing spirit of fun, the generosity, but also the fun at the same time. And so often I would just look at that silly bike and think, what a wonderful spirit.
Number 3. Ron White gets help from Robin. During a struggle with sobriety, Ron White got some much-needed help from Robin Williams. The former received some comedy pointers and laughs from the latter over lunch.
And we didn't spend 1 second talking about the amazingly boring story of sobriety. We talked about jokes and comedy and stand-up.
While it didn't last long, the meeting had a big impact on White. The storyteller gets emotional about the memory as he recounts it. It shows that the older comic took the time for somebody else, giving them support when they needed it.
No, he didn't know me at all, but he would come out and try to help me through this little tiny struggle that I was having.
It's even harder for White to talk about it given the news of Williams' death. Listening back, the megastar's far-reaching generosity is hard to quantify.
And I know that sobriety didn't work out for Robin or me, either one, but and that doesn't make the story any less special to me.
Number 2. Helping Ethan Hawke get an agent. While filming Dead Poets Society, Ethan Hawke was a young actor dedicated to his craft. His serious work made him the comedic target for Robin Williams. On The Graham Norton Show, the Training Day star talked about a pivotal time in his life.
He would just improv constantly all day long, and the more the crew laughed, the more he
encouraged he was.
He would go. And I really wanted to be a serious actor.
He thought he was getting picked on, but he was really being prepared for greatness. The comedian eventually hooked his co-star up with an agent.
And I got this call, and it was from a big Hollywood agent. This guy says, I'm Robin Williams' agent, and he says that you're going to be somebody, and that I should sign you.
Williams was apparently impressed enough to help out the next generation. Not only that, the same representative stayed with Hawke for many years after. It just goes to show that the leading man was a mentor on and off screen.
We don't read and write poetry because it's cute. We read and write poetry because we are members of the human race, and the human race is filled with passion.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Protecting Nathan Lane. In 1996, Nathan Lane and Robin Williams starred together in the modern classic The Birdcage. They both went on the Oprah Winfrey Show to talk about the project. Before the interview, Lane mentioned not wanting to talk about his sexuality.
I've been out since I was 21. I finally got a big part in a movie, and I didn't want to make it about my sexuality.
Williams took this to heart when the segment took a turn towards more personal questions. Rather than letting Winfrey go into an uncomfortable area, the comedian distracted the host with his wild antics.
Girl, you changed just in the middle of that sentence. I don't know, I'm telling you. Don't make me come out there.
He helped his co-star out by being wacky and keeping the audience happy. Deep down, the legend also protected a friend from further interrogation.
Robin was just the greatest person, just such a beautiful, sensitive soul, and so kind and generous to me. And
did we forget another amazing story about Robin Williams? Let us know in the comments below.
It's not even 2 months, and just even saying he was is very hard for me.
I'm sorry.
And for all of us.